Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Wolf, and welcome back to another episode of LEGO Arts. So, in the last episode, we did a showcase on the Batman Arkham Knight Suit Mark II. Now, this episode, we are looking at the Marvel Comics. This time looking at the Wolverine. So, we have a custom minifigure on the Wolverine. And in the background, we have this knockoff Deadpool minifigure that I slightly modified recently. This one is mostly just for show, as I've already done Deadpool, and I had this custom piece that I wanted to customize for a bit, so I figured, we'll just use a knockoff figure for this one, and customize it. So he's just for show. The main focus here is for Wolverine. Now, this figure I've actually had, in my bin for quite some time, I bought this kit a little while back, but I've kept, pushing it off, and kept working on, other stuff such as, Batman Family, God of War Ragnarok, and while Ragnarok is still one of my main focuses, I still want to keep up with, other projects, so I decided while that is still under construction, to take some time to work on a couple of side stuff, and Wolverine was one of those projects, and decided that, you know what, let's go ahead and do this, and since Hugh Jackman is returning one more time as Wolverine for Deadpool 3, I figured it's just this is perfect. Alright, even if he doesn't wear the suit in the movie, I still wanted to customize it, because it looks really, really cool, and yeah, with the final results, this turned out to be a very cool figure, and I can't wait to fully explain and dive deep into it. So, as you guys know the joke, we're going to take this minifigure, do a review, explain the process, why we're going to start, and then go from there. So, without further ado, let's get the pedestal out and get the showcase on the road. In terms of custom kits, I definitely feel that Bricks and Minifigs 1078 nailed it for the overall design for Wolverine. So, this was really, really cool of how they did it. They did the cowl, the torso, the hands, and these boot covers. The arms I actually got from Venom.7777, which I'll talk about that in a bit, but the overall design of this is really, really cool. So, starting off from the top with the cowl, and the cowl design of this really nails the comic accuracy with it, though I did actually modify it slightly, So, here's sort of the original cowl design. The original cowl design for this figure. In this figure, you can see if the mouth is actually more wide open, and sort of the sideburns are actually much more over to the back, which I think this is intended for more comic accuracy, which is cool. The head, though, that I was using for this, I wanted it to sort of cover up most of the facial hair, so underneath we have the old official Lego Wolverine head that I actually had to purchase from this twice, because there was a bit of a mix-up into it, but I wanted to get this head because it perfectly matches Wolverine all the way through. It was definitely, though, tricky of trying to add on some of the Procreate clay without having the helmet stick on to the minifigure. So it was definitely a repeated process of flattening it out and then just constantly putting it on and then taking it off just to make sure that it would stay in place. And thankfully it does. Which looks really, really good. The white lenses, probably some of the better lenses that I've made. It's not completely perfect, but in my defense, white paint for some reason is evil to work with. I don't know why. For the rest of the figure, this whole torso minus the arms is pretty much 3D printed, which looks really cool. They really nailed it into the detail with Wolverine from the comics, with the shoulder pads. The spikes that are actually three-dimensional, the abs, it looks really cool, and the belt, it's also a nice little detail as well. I actually had to paint it up, twice for a little bit, especially with the X-Men belt buckle piece, that's, especially, first I did, base red, and then, added on to the black detailing and everything, but it still looks great. It's great, which, again, they really nailed it, and they nailed it down. The arms, real quick, at first I was going to use, some regular minifigure arms, but then I saw, these cool printed arms that Venom had made, and I decided to go ahead and get a pair, though. These are pretty super fragile, as, when attaching these on, and he's on, one of the arms actually broke on the connector piece, so I had to glue it back in, and then stick it back into the torso. It's thankfully repaired, but yeah, definitely want to be tricky, and definitely want to be careful with a lot of this stuff, especially with resin. But I do love the detailing that Venom went into these arms. You can really see the muscle detailing that really goes into it. into it. So I'd say it's really, really cool. Cool. For the hands, I actually added on some more Procreate clay of nailing of the long gloves that Wolverine has. I also put in some glove tops just for like a secure measure. As sticking in these hands in was definitely a bit of a challenge. But thankfully I was able to put these in without any damage to them. I do love the claw detailing that Bricks really put into it. I think it looks really, really cool. Especially with the paint job. It really gives the idea that, like, yeah, this is Wolverine. So, really, really awesome job. And then, as for the rest of the legs, pretty self-explanatory. Of, like, first off with a base yellow. The yellow that I was using in this was a bit old, but I did like the coloration of it, so I had to put on a couple of layers of it. And there actually came in two of these boot covers. I think I went with the shorter ones, as I didn't want them to, like, completely cover the legs as still to show in some of the yellow. So I put those on there, and it went back in with, like, some blue paint on the detailing and the black for the outlining of it, and just wrapping it around with the back of the legs, and the legs all the way to the front. You can see it's not perfect, but in my defense, like, not everything hand-painted is always going to look perfect. There's always going to be some problems here and there. But outside of that, this came out really, really cool. Really cool. Like the cowl probably looks a little bit odd, but I do like it because it gives off, like, the idea that that's covering up his entire face. It looks, and again, overall with this kit, it just looks really amazing. In the final paintwork of this, even if Hugh Jackman doesn't wind up wearing the suit in Deadpool 3, I just wanted to make it because it just looked really cool. And the overall final result of this is just really amazing. And that's going to do it for this episode of LEGO Arts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, the Deadpool figure was mostly just for a background piece, as I was mainly focusing on this Wolverine minifigure. And as I keep saying, I really love the final results of this. Like, this is a very cool figure, and I'm glad that I finally got around to finally customizing it. And I'm super excited to see, like, now that I think about it, I'm excited to see, like, both Deadpool 3, as well as seeing the Wolverine game that Insomniac is working on. I think after Spider-Man 2, or maybe working on it at the same time. I'm not sure, but either way, I'm very, very excited for it, and I can't wait to see the final results for it. So, for some figures on in the future, as I say, Ragnarok is coming along very great. I think I'm almost finished with Angrboda. I mostly finished up the base paint work last night, and I'm working on, like, some of the detailing, so I should be done with her soon. In the meantime, I am working on some sort of side projects to, like, keep up with episodes for you guys. I finished up another project that I've been meaning to get to for a while, and finally finished that last night. I've also decided to go back to a couple of my older figures and refix them and give them a new look and everything, and I think it came out good. As an update with the Batman family, I finally decided to push ahead for a little bit. That one specific piece that I was waiting in, I have not received any word from it. So I decided to get an alternative piece for it, and I'm going to use that one instead for the showcase. If it arrives afterwards, cool. If not, then that's how it is. But I am still keeping up with all the projects as best I can. And also in other news, tomorrow is officially going to be Thankmas 2022. As always, I am going to be participating into it. We're going to be working with World's Central Kitchen to help, like, raise money to provide meals for people around the world. I'll include a link to my little campaign in the description below if you want to go support that. And you can also use that to get more information on World Central Kitchen if you wanted to donate to that, or set up your own campaigns to help support the cause, or the cause in general. Like, all the campaigns that we're making together are all going to be merged and converted into the main goal itself. So whichever campaign you donate to, be like favorite creator, like streamer, YouTuber, hell, even TikTok creator, all of the money will be going directly to the same cause. Tomorrow we're going to be playing some God of War Ragnarok and going for the platinum, and if there's enough time, I'll start on Batman Arkham City. And overall, that's going to be it for now. So, thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you guys next time in the next episode. Bye-bye!